The ancient archives of the Galactic Council stretched deeper than most beings dared venture. They contained records of civilizations that had risen and fallen across millions of years, encrypted in languages that had been dead for eons. Archivist Kelmorn had dedicated his entire existence to deciphering these forgotten texts, searching for patterns that might illuminate galactic history. Then he found something that made his entire being freeze. A single entry, dating back 3 million years, written in the oldest known language of the architects, the mysterious precursor civilization that had seeded life across the galaxy before vanishing. The entry contained a single designation, repeated over and over in what appeared to be warnings. Terrae Vigilis. The watchful Earth. The fail-safe. Do not disturb. Do not contact. Do not provoke. If awakened, all will burn. Kelmorn's appendages trembled as he cross-referenced the ancient coordinates with modern stellar maps. They matched perfectly. Earth. The small blue world orbiting an unremarkable yellow star in a forgotten corner of the galaxy. The planet humanity called home. He immediately escalated the discovery to the Council's highest chambers. Within hours, the most powerful beings in the known universe were gathered in emergency session, staring at the ancient text with expressions ranging from confusion to absolute terror. This cannot be authentic, declared Chancellor Vorthak, a being of pure crystalline structure. Earth is primitive. Humans only recently achieved space travel. They cannot possibly be connected to the architects. But the Council's historian, an ancient entity named Zwexthor who had lived through 3 galactic cycles, knew better. His colors shifted to shades of deep purple, the Kellian equivalent of profound dread. I have studied this text before, Zwexthor said slowly. In the restricted section that even most council members don't have access to. The architects didn't create humanity randomly. They engineered them. Deliberately. As a containment measure. Containment? Asked Defense Minister Krelvas. Containment of what? Of something that threatened to destroy all life in this galaxy, Zwexthor replied. Something so powerful, so catastrophic, that the architects deemed it necessary to create an entire species, a species designed specifically to oppose it. Humanity was never meant to be a regular civilization. They were created as a weapon. A last resort. The watchful Earth. The chamber fell into shocked silence. But if that's true, said Science Director Velmora, then we've been ignoring one of the most important species in galactic history. We've been dismissing them as insignificant. Worse than that, Zwexthor continued, his colors shifting to even darker shades. According to this text, humanity was placed in a state of dormancy. Their true nature, their actual capabilities, were locked away in their genetic code. They were designed to activate only if the threat they were created to oppose ever emerged again. Krelvas leaned forward. Are you saying that humans are currently in a sleeping state? Not sleeping, Zwexthor corrected grimly. Restrained. The architects encrypted their true potential behind psychological and biological barriers. Humans don't even know what they're capable of. Then why are we panicking? Demanded Vorthak. If they're dormant, they pose no immediate threat. Because, said Zwexthor, pulling up additional data from the archives, there's a secondary text. Dated 2,000 years ago. Written by an unknown entity, possibly a surviving architect. It contains a single message repeated in every language we can identify. He activated the display, and ancient words blazed across the chamber. The seals weaken. The threat stirs. Humanity begins to dream. When they fully awaken, when they remember what they are, the galaxy will transform. Pray they remember mercy along with their power. The implications crashed down on the council like a meteor strike. The seals are weakening? Asked Velmora frantically. How long before they break completely? Unknown, Zwexthor replied. But consider the evidence, humans have experienced unprecedented advancement in the past century. They've unified their world politically. They've begun exploring space with determination that exceeds any young civilization we've encountered. Their technological progression is accelerating exponentially. They're starting to dream of what they might become. Defense Minister Krelvas stood up. We need to contain them. Establish barriers around their system. Prevent them from advancing further. Absolutely not, HFY said firmly. Any attempt to restrict humanity will trigger the very awakening we're trying to prevent. The architects designed them with an inherent resistance to subjugation. Oppression activates their potential. Then what do we do? Asked Chancellor Vorthak, genuine panic in his voice. HFY looked at each council member in turn. We do nothing. We watch. We wait. And we prepare. Because when humanity discovers what they truly are, what they were always meant to be, they will transform into something the galaxy has never witnessed. Something the architects themselves feared might be necessary to save us all. A transmission request came through moments later. A human voice, calm and measured. Greetings, Galactic Council. I am Ambassador James Chen of Earth. We've detected unusual council activity in our sector. Is there something you'd like to discuss with us? The council members exchanged terrified glances. The humans were beginning to pay attention. The awakening had already begun.